Okay, part 5, working on the staff. Let me tell you a little bit about the sculpture first. As you've already watched the other videos, you know how it's put together. But I continue to, every day, if not twice a day, if it's during the winter time, I put it in another part of the house where there's not a lot of heat. And the coolness to keep it cool, not drying too fast, because if it dries too fast it will crack in places and you'll have to go fix it or just take it apart or destroy it or whatever. But what I do is I spray a little water on there, just a mist of water. Like I said, during the winter time it'd be twice a day, and then I cover it up with a bag. Now the bag, on the back side, I cut some holes in it, about 4 or 5 holes. That way it can breathe a little bit. You want it to dry. If you just cover it up and don't give it some kind of way to breathe a little bit out the back, then it may take forever to dry. But you want it to dry at a slower pace, where the thick areas will dry underneath first before it gets to the thinner areas. That way it's got to match the same contraction, or as it shrinks, it's got to match and go at the same speed, or it's going to crack. But now during the summer I may spray it all during the day, like 4, maybe 5 times a day, and keep it covered up. Every once in a while I can just check it. If I done sprayed it, covered it up, come back 2 or 3 hours later or something, and I can just check it and see if it feels damp. If it feels damp, it's okay. But if it starts feeling like it's drying out or drying, you need to spray it. But there'll come a day that everything will start turning a light color like this. And that's when the clay is dry. And then you can seal it and paint it or finish it however you're going to. But now I got it elevated now because I just put a board on it. I just put a board on it here, and I drilled a hole here for the staff. And I use this drill right here with this hole cutter. Now that hole cutter is about the same size as the pipe. It was a little bit smaller, so I kind of ground down the pipe a little bit to fit the same size, which now it's even a little loose. This is where I put the hole at. Right here. I figured it'd be a good place for the staff. Now I am going to run a wire through here. I got a bulb in here, and it's loose where I can get it and change it if I need to. But once I've done everything here, I've got to go into the next stage, which is kind of roughing this up here where it looks like paper. I mean, it looks like wood. And then we'll paint it. Then we're going to put some jewels and stuff up here. And might even give this a color light here. I don't know. And then I can hot glue it at the bottom, keep it from moving. And I'm going to run the wire underneath and out the back. And this cup part here come from the Dollar Tree. This is PVC. I think this is 3/4 inch or something. And I ordered the bulb thing, which, let me see if I can even get it out of there. There it is. And there's a cord. You can put the cord back on there. And it's got a switch on it that you can turn it on and off, and a plug in. But yeah, the cups come from the Dollar Tree. They're over in the party section. They'll come together like this here. And I just cut the bottom off where the bulb will go down in there. And the other one. And now what I've done is tore off some paper. This is called newspaper. Everything's digital today. It's maybe hard to find paper anymore. Glue comes from the Dollar Tree. And I put it in here. And I've got it like 50-50 with water and glue. And I'm just going to mix it up. And this is going to be kind of done like paper mache. But I'm not using flour and water. I'm going to use glue. Because it's not a whole lot's got to be done. Flour would be cheaper. But that's okay. Now I can see my battery's fixing to go out. But I'm going to use him up. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take some of this paper and put him down in there and soak him. Okay. Alright, fixing it. Now I don't want it to get on my glass, well, plastic. But at the same time, I can always wipe it off. Kind of see if you can get some of it off of there with your hand. Okay. And then kind of put him on there. Put him on there rough, because we're going to paint him where he looks like wood. Tear him off down there where he goes in the hole. Yeah. Do another one. Try to rake off as much as you can. I guess the light over there would help too. Yeah, oh yeah, it made a difference. It's just dripping off. Okay, then put this one on there. Now before I put a second layer, this is going to have to dry. I might have to let it dry before I go to the other side. Let's see how he does. Yeah, a wizard's got to have a staff. Breaking the glue off. Kind of wrinkle him up a little bit. Tear him off down here. Add this on there somewhere too. Yeah, I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, now to make the sticks that's going to go up the staff here, around the globe, where the light's going to be. And I come across, and this is starting to harden up. I went on and used a hair dryer. Try to dry it up some, but then I'll just squish it down with your hands, get it flat. It's still damp, but I found this foam looking stuff here, and what I've done here is I've cut a piece of it to make the sticks, or the twine or vine, I guess it would be, or whatever. And then what I did is took a pair of scissors, and not trying to be neat now, it's the time to not be neat. Kind of make a tip on it. Like, kind of like the end of a vine or something. Kind of round it off just a little bit. and then along the edge kind of nibble at it in places. Like I said, this is not a time to be neat. And you can do it in the middle some. Now, I put a bend in it. What I did is I went on and bent it like that, because this is foam. And I just used a lighter. And just heat it up and then hold it there for a second. And then you'll get it kind of a bend in it. And if you put two together, what I've done is I've hot glued this. You don't want them all the same length. That way, when it goes up around the glass, one of them can go a little higher. Now I'm going to paint them before I glue it on there. And put them all the way around in places. And then we may run one down here and wrap around. And then hot glue it on there once it's, this could go on and go on there. Once this is dried, I could go ahead and hot glue this on there and leave it. But I didn't want to take a chance on getting any paint on the globe here. So I wanted to pre-paint this first before I hot glue it on there. Okay, kind of got started without you. I am cutting this plastic cup, and to kind of give it an idea of flames or something on top. And then I'm going to glue them gems. I got some green see-through glass looking gems that I'm going to glue on the top. This is just a very high heat soldering or wood burning. I'd say wood burning. Okay. Turn this off. Paper towel. Wipe it up a little bit. Alright. Now these are the foam pieces I showed you earlier that come from this. And I have hand painted them 2 different colors, as you can see. And I have gone back and glued some more on this, where I was using the watered down glue. I had to go to solid glue. And but we're going to look at gluing these up here somehow. Probably using hot glue. But I want to paint this here first, brown. Let me paint this brown, and then I'll come back to you. The staff, yeah. Now I've got these all painted, as you can tell, and I am ready to put them in place here. I think these are supposed to be some kind of vines or something. I don't know. I've seen several staffs on the internet. That needs to dry there for a minute. Well, while it's drying, let's go around here and put another one on. Okay, let those dry just for a second, and then we'll try to shape them. This is the first one, I think. Yeah, it should be kind of dry. Okay, we need to kind of bend it. I kind of like the way that foam does. It's got all them little holes. I put 2 coats of paint on there to fill up some of those holes, but it left a lot, and to me it kind of looks like a vine. I'm going to kind of make them all twisted one way. think the paper did pretty good too. It's got two coats of paint on it. Yeah, I gotta hold that there for a minute. Looks like a good spot for that one. Now I can cut another one and paint it to go here, but I may not. I may not. Because it'll be on the back side anyhow. So I got him covered up today. I just worked on him a little bit, changed up his nose, and did a little work. And then I decided I needed to work on this. Almost looked like a tree, don't it? Now I'm going to put a black wash on this, kind of bring out some details. And these are the glass, crushed glass is what they call it, yeah. Alright guys, tell them where you seen it at. If you like it, like it. And if you want to stay in touch, subscribe. We'll stay in touch. I'll even go check out your channel. Talk to you later. Bye.